Now, to me, copper is a missed opportunity for many retail traders. I think it's more golden than gold, and I think it's as important as crude oil as a commodity, and it is tradable for almost anyone. You just got to know where to look. Now, copper has huge importance and significance for us all. It's everywhere in everything we do. It's also known as an economic bellwether for the Chinese economy. Why? Because they suck in 60% of the stuff every year. So if they're buying it, you know that their economy is doing well. So in this video, I'm going to look at the technical analysis of copper at the moment, and I'm going to give you a few ideas where you can access and trade copper from. Hello, I'm Stephen Ho, trader and founder of The Stop Hunter. So before we can carry on, a risk warning for you to pay close attention to. The content in this video is not investment advice, so please seek the advice, help of financial professionals or financial advisors before investing and trading. And trading and investing involves a high degree of risk, and your money is at risk, so be very careful. So with that out the way, let's get on with the analysis. So it's the usual format for chart of the week, and we're going to dive straight into the weekly line chart of copper. Now this copper I've got up here is the COMEX CME copper. If you want to compare it to LME copper, that's the UK one, you times it by 2,204 and you'll get the approximate price. They're 99% correlated. You might be able to trade it on the Shanghai exchange as well. It's popular over there too, and I'm going to show you later in this video how we pick up some other areas that we could access and trade copper from. But digging into the weekly chart, we can see actually since 2020 actually copper's been on a strong ride upwards even through the pandemic, and that would to me signify that there's a lot of interest in construction and electronic projects around copper because the demand is there. It's been coming up. There have been supply and demand issues, and we are here talking about the technicals rather than those, but it has been on an upward good looking slope. It pulls back to that slope every now and again, and it did recently and stopped around that 4.2 area, 78.6% Fibonacci line, for reaching highs of 4.76, and it looks like it's going back up that way now. And we've got key Fibonacci areas of support, 3.76, 61.8, and the other key one 38.2 at 3.14. So at the moment, copper looking very healthy on the line chart. Moving on to the daily Heikin Ashi chart for copper. Is it telling us anything different? Well, not really at the moment. It's above that black 200 moving average line, so I'll be looking for only bullish plays at the moment. The two indicators below, we've got that green, red, yellow one. That's a regression line. That's giving me a bullish signal. Right at the bottom there, an RSI one with a moving average cross. That's giving me a bullish one. And the red line on its own is the historical volatility, just showing it's picking up a bit as the price starts to move up. So daily Heikin Ashi chart, all looking very bullish and healthy. Finally, onto the Renko chart. Is there anything exciting here for us? Well, I've set the block size to 0.03 to give me plenty of trade opportunity. We drop straight away to the bottom. Indicators are both bullish. The price has broken out above its Donchian bands. There's not a lot more to say about it really. Then it's just a bullish setup at the moment. It looks like it could be returning to those highs if it's got the momentum to do so. Support levels 4.1, then 3.86, and around that 38.2% line at just under 3.62 look interesting. So really, Renko still showing us positive bullish signals in the short run and the longer term as well. Now, before we move on to summarise copper, I wanted to show you a couple of other things, and this is how you can access copper, if you can't trade the futures market in COMEX or LME or in Shanghai, then there are other ways. Now here I've put on stocks from around the world that are, copper related. They're highly correlated to copper. Now we've got Freeport McMoran, we've got Rio, BHP, Southern Copper. So we've got a good selection of some of the world's best copper players in there. Now on the chart you'll see the pink line is the copper price. Just look how those stocks follow what the copper action is doing. And if you were to really pick on two stocks that are really correlated by the looks of it, just from the last year or so to a couple of years of information, if I just get rid of BHP and Rio, we're left with Freeport and Southern Copper, and really just look at the way that they play with the copper price, almost like for like. So if you want to trade stocks and you want to get an exposure to copper, then these two could be the ticket. BHP and Rio as well, but really those two look really good in terms of correlation. Now that's the stock side here, but there is also another way you can access that futures market as well, indirectly. If you're not from the States, then using something like CFDs or spread bets could be the answer. Now I've got a City Index account open up here, and it's got lots of different instruments you can trade, and under the metal section you can see at the top there's our COMEX copper as a CFD or spread bet. So there is an alternative idea for you if you can't access the stocks, maybe, even though you can do the stocks in CFD or spread bet form. Southern Copper, Rio, they're all in something like City Index as well. But if you want to trade straight the copper, something like that, and CFDs or spread betting could be the answer. So with all that lot, now you can actually trade copper. Let's do the summary of the chart of the day. Not a lot really to say about copper other than it looks really bullish at the moment. Remember, that can change at any time, but all the signals from the Heikin Ashi and the Renko are positive. And if we zoom in on the targets for such a trade, we can see actually that both upside and downside have good potential, but with the indicators and the technical analysis putting us in a bullish position, then you want to pay attention to them. And there's some good upside there, 2.8, 3.69 to 1 in the longer term. I would say that probably is. A medium term, looking for those highs around the late 4s at the moment. So there you go, copper really rather bullish at the moment. Hopefully the chart of the day video has shown you how you can access copper even if you can't directly access those futures markets. They're available all around the world. You can see at the moment copper looking very bullish. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the copper price and this analysis. Do you agree with it, disagree with it? Do you trade copper? Let me know. And if you're interested in the technical analysis that I've done in this video, I'll put some links in the description below that you can follow so you can learn what I do. So if you've liked today's video, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell buttons to receive future notification of content such as this. And all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, good luck with the trading, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.